Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about Banjo-Kazooie, but I'm not going to be overviewing the Banjo series. You can find a million YouTube videos about that. No. Today I'm going to be talking about the possible future of the Banjo-Kazooie series. On June 11th, in the year of our Lord 2019, Banjo-Kazooie fans got one of the greatest gifts that we could have gotten in 10 years. Banjo had finally made it into Super Smash Bros. And boy was it one hell of a trailer. What a great friggin' day. You don't have to go far to see the absolute massive success that trailer and reveal was for many fans of both Nintendo and Banjo in general. But we're now approaching 9 months since Banjo's release in Smash, and I can't help but think, where do we go from here? I'm sure a lot of other fans are right there with me. What's happening with Banjo? Is he going to get a new game? What's the deal? We don't really know, and that's kind of a problem. If there's one video game series that absolutely deserves to be brought back, it's Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie was a goddamn classic. It was one of the prime games on the N64. It was huge. Where Mario 64 set the standard for 3D platformers, Banjo-Kazooie pushed the bar and really set the genre moving forward. This is why the game was so popular, and this is why a large chunk of the Nintendo fan base, as well as the Rare fan base, wanted to see their beloved Baron Bird come back. And yeah, we got them back in all their HD glory in Smash, but what kind of fans don't want more? Of course we want more. We want a new Banjo game. But it seems like everything's all quiet on the Banjo front. We haven't heard anything. Now, I understand he did just come out 9 months ago, but I mean, Banjo's plan to be put into Smash has been moving for a while. I would assume at least since 2018 or so. So, how could Microsoft and Rare not have plans for Banjo? Clearly they planned enough for Banjo because there's merchandise now. You can go out to the store and find plushes, toys. Hell, even online there's t-shirts, all kinds of things for Banjo-Kazooie. Keychains. It's literally becoming a marketable brand. So, you're marketing this character. You put him in a brand new video game that has sold millions. Smash is the highest selling fighting game of all time, pretty much, at this point. Which is insane. So, you've introduced Banjo to a whole slew of new people. There's a whole new generation of people who have no idea who Banjo-Kazooie is. I mean, he's been gone for 10 frickin' years. So, of course, not a lot of people are going to realize who he is. But now, you got a whole new generation of players who are seeing this character. And I've noticed that there's a lot of people who didn't know who Banjo was who love him, just based on his Smash appearance alone. How expressive he is, the cartoony antics. It's great. They're seeing a character that I loved since childhood, and they're seeing why I love this character. There is no better time to bring Banjo back than right now. Look around you. Look at all the other remakes that we've seen. Spyro and Crash are your prime two. But I mean, other old games from the 90s have been brought back as well, and have been pretty successful. Medieval, that's definitely been a success. Of course, you know, Nintendo games never fail. They always come out, and they've been doing the same shit forever. So, why can't Banjo get the same treatment? Let's say that Microsoft and Rare have had plans to bring back Banjo, and they're working on a new game right now. What will that game look like? Is it going to be an HD remaster, like Spyro and Crash? Or is it going to be a true sequel to Banjo-Tooie and give us the actual Banjo-Threeie that we've been waiting on for so long? Yeah, Banjo-Threeie. And no friggin' cars this time, please. Thanks. Just a sidebar. I didn't despise Nuts and Bolts. It's not a bad video game, but it's a shitty Banjo game. So I'm just gonna get that right out there. Anyway, we want either a new Banjo game or a remake. In my personal opinion, I feel like an HD remaster is probably the best approach to move forward with Banjo at the moment. The thing is Banjo's been gone for 10 years, like I said, and you can blame that on Rare, you can blame that on Microsoft, hell, you can blame that on Nintendo for letting Rare go in the first place. And finally, they dug him up and put him in Smash. Great. But as I said, there's a lot of people who don't know who Banjo is anymore. The kids are too busy playing Fortnite and all that shit now. So you have to reintroduce the character. You have to get him back out there. And yes, while you do have merchandise out there, there's gotta be games. Sure, you have the original Banjo games on the marketplace for Xbox. But really, who's digging around for the N64 Banjo games? I'm sure there are people downloading them, especially after, Sakurai name-dropped Xbox in that Nintendo Direct, that everybody was like, oh, Xbox in a Nintendo Direct? Crazy! Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are probably downloading it on Xbox Live. Maybe. But for the most part, I'm sure there's also a lot of people who are like, they don't want to play an old, ugly N64 game. Even though Banjo is not old and ugly.
You're beautiful.
An HD remaster in the same spirit as Crash and Spyro seems like the best choice, in my opinion. You'd reintroduce the game series to new people in beautiful HD, and honestly, I could play Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2 100 times. I've already completed them 100 times, so playing them again, but with HD models, I mean, just give me the Smash Banjo model and just stick it right in an HD game. That's it, just shove it right in there, and I would be absolutely satisfied. At this point, you could give me a Banjo game where all he does is run around Rusty Bucket friggin' Bay, and I'd love it. Okay, I would accept it, because at least it's something. Well, what are the other options? Maybe, they don't want to do a HD remake of Banjo. Maybe they want the old games to stand on their own. Okay, Banjo-Threeie it is. Give us a proper Banjo-Threeie platforming game. It's not that hard. Now, Rare has expressed that they don't really care to work on their old IPs. Whatever. Give it to somebody else. Rare's already given other IPs away to other companies to do. Killer Instinct, Battletoads. So what's the difference with Banjo? How's he any different? There are a lot of companies out there that I'm confident could make a phenomenal Banjo game. Look at a lot of the indie companies out there. Hell, the people who made Hat in Time. The devs who made Hat in Time clearly have a love for platformers, and it was one hell of a game. You could literally give Banjo over to them, and I'm sure they would do a phenomenal job. Of course, Playtonic is always on the list, and that's because a lot of the guys that made Banjo originally are there. So, yeah, that would make sense to give it to them. I know that's a controversial choice, because there's a lot of people that like to talk shit on Yooka-Laylee, but come on. If the guys at Playtonic had a big studio backing them, and maybe a few more developers on the team, I'm sure that they would deliver a phenomenal Banjo-Kazooie game. I liked Yooka-Laylee. I thought it was great. I know a lot of people didn't really care for it, but I really liked it. And I would absolutely love to see the old devs put all the love that they have for Banjo back into a new game. It would be phenomenal. Don't be afraid to give smaller studios these IPs. At this point, how big is Banjo anyway in terms of an IP? You don't have to make a big AAA game for them. You can easily give them something smaller, made by an indie studio that could do a good job. Look at what Nintendo did with Cadence of Hyrule. They gave the Legend of Zelda IP to a small indie game studio, and they made a really good game. There are fantastic studios out there that are working on smaller budgets and putting out incredible games. Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, again, the aforementioned Hat in Time. So many good ones. You could give any of these studios a bigger IP like Banjo, and I'm sure they could make one hell of a game. Give them a chance. I mean, I'd rather have a smaller indie title featuring Banjo than nothing at all. If you're not going to give me an HD remaster, at least do something like that. The other thing to talk about is platforms. So, obviously, Banjo's history on the Xbox isn't that great. Nuts and Bolts bombed, but that's a discussion for another video. I'm not here to shit on Nuts and Bolts. You could list a million reasons why that game failed. And I'm sure that probably soured Rare and Microsoft from wanting to do more Banjo games. Really, people just wanted the actual Banjo game that they were waiting on since Banjo-Tooie. So, is Banjo an actual Xbox game? No, actually, I don't think so. Banjo would thrive on a Nintendo console. Most of the Banjo audience is still on Nintendo. They remember him with Nintendo, they love Banjo with Nintendo, So I think a really good choice for a future Banjo game would be for Microsoft to actually share the license. Share the Banjo IP. Make Banjo a multi-platform game with Nintendo and Xbox. That's the secret. I mean, clearly, Banjo hasn't been really used at all by Microsoft lately, so what the hell do they care? Put them on the Switch! I'm sure a new Banjo game on a Nintendo platform would sell like hotcakes. That would be the money for Microsoft. Nintendo gets an old franchise that people remember on their console, and obviously you'll put Banjo on Xbox, because there are Xbox fans out there who want Banjo-Kazooie, but a large majority of them want him on Nintendo. So it just seems like a really smart choice to me to just put him on there. Now, I don't necessarily think that a Nintendo studio should work on a Banjo game, even though that would be pretty crazy and would probably make history if Microsoft gave a Microsoft IP character to a Nintendo company to make a game. That would just be nuts, but I don't think that would happen. At least Banjo getting on a Nintendo console, however, seems like a very realistic possibility, and I really hope to see it. My optimism for the Banjo series is pretty high. Recently, I saw that there was a new emblem now for Banjo merchandise. At least I'm pretty sure it was for Banjo merchandise, which kind of is coming out of nowhere. So it almost seems like quietly behind the scenes, something is happening with Banjo-Kazooie. The Crash and Spyro remakes have taken the approach of reintroducing the character back out into the world, and then maybe possibly giving them new games. Rumors have been saying lately that Crash Bandicoot could very well be getting a new game. And obviously that's coming off the success of his HD remaster. I think that would be a smart move with Banjo as well. The remasters, followed by an eventual Threeie. That would really put Banjo back on the map. Banjo-Kazooie has been one of my favorite characters since I was a child, and I really want to see him come back. His entry into Smash was amazing, but like I said, I want more, and I think a lot of other fans are right there with me. If Microsoft and Rare don't think Banjo is profitable enough, just take a look on YouTube and check out some of the reaction videos to Banjo getting into Super Smash Bros. There were so many cheers, tears, and everything else that day. Hell, you had the old creators basically getting emotional on camera at the fact that this character came back after such a friggin' long hiatus. It was a great feeling. And I think that feeling should resonate again with a new game. So, I know I'm just some rinky-dink channel. I don't have a lot of subs and not a lot of people watch, but if somehow this video makes it to Rare or makes it to Microsoft, please, just give us Banjo back. Do something. Give him to another company, just to make another game. I'm not saying sell off Banjo, but, just do something with him. Because we want him to come back. Smash was good, but there needs to be more. And it would be great to add Banjo to the list of other characters who were resurrected through Super Smash Bros. And the list is not exactly a short one. There's quite a few characters that have been brought back by Smash, and I would really think that this should be the stepping stone for Banjo too. So again, please Microsoft, please Rare, bring Banjo back. If not for me and my rinky-dink little channel, for all the other fans out there who just want to see the Baron Bird make a big return, it would be absolutely amazing. Either way, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for subscribing. Please, share, comment, I guess hit that little bell if you want notifications for when I make new videos. I'm trying to upload once a week, so... And, yeah, thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.